It's been over a decade since he left us, but his memory lingers on. He had a certain way of making his presence felt. His stories were so vivid, I would almost feel like I was there, and no book could ever make me feel the same. He would remember everything, from the tall green grass to the biggest trees and the smell of hay, from the clouds in the sky to even the houses and walls nearby. But there was one thing that we both loved: the feel of iron in our hands and the smell of freshly burned powder. In the back of my mind, I always knew he was right about one thing. This was the end point of a much simpler life. The old war cries were barely noticeable over the horrifying sounds of bullets. Horses and swords were quickly being replaced by more and more powerful artillery. Your will to live was no longer enough, feeling your soul diminishing bit by bit, bullet after bullet, and death upon death. He used to laugh when telling us about the rules they were taught. But does war have rules, I used to ask. Only one. Everybody loses. There was no smoke to dance, no weapon too big, and no distance too far. You were just another walking corpse, waiting for its final moment. You could choose to run, but that seemed to never work. The only thing you could have hoped for was to take as many with you as you could. Between all his tears, he would say, "I even made some friends. Swimmers and hikers, builders and spotters, watchguards and geologists, and even sometimes some bridge golems." His stories were somewhat gruesome, but if you were able to suppress your feelings, if you surpassed your primal instinct to turn around and find a safe haven, his stories were suddenly the map to one man's wit and determination. A tree of action and reaction you needed to overpass. At its epicenter having one and only one goal: to return to his family on his own 2 feet. He hoped it would be the last great war. The humankind would evolve. When the second one came, the fear of losing his sons almost destroyed him. Then he knew man would never be satisfied until we assured our destruction. This is where his story ends, and mine begins. I'm the fourth generation taken out of my home, given the means to spread death so fast that no soul is spared. My story is not over yet, it has just started being written. As my great-grandfather, I hope one day I can tell the tale of my survival. Until then, if by any chance fate decides to put you in front of me, I can only tell you one thing: run.